Right. What are you afraid of? Have you ever really thought about that? I mean, have you ever really sat down and listed what you're afraid of that makes you do the things that you do and you don't do? Like, are you afraid that you're going to get out and hit by a car? Or get robbed if you walk alone at night? Or the world is going to come to an end at 2012? Or that your parents might lose their job and you'll have to quit school? Or maybe you don't have fears like these, but you're afraid of the monster who lives in your closet. Think about it. What are you afraid of? Nothing? Everything? So today, that's what I'm going to talk about, fear. And I've been fearing this moment, but fear has also motivated me to sit down and prepare to talk about this with you today. I found this topic, fear, interesting because everyone can relate to a scary moment or moments or even long periods of time in his or her life depending on just what it is and why it is that we are holding on to fear. Whether it's a concrete fear or a make-believe fear, emotions play an important part in our daily lives. Fear is one such emotion that is pre-programmed into all animals and people as an instinctual response to potential danger. Whether it's fear of failure, watching a scary movie, or doubt, everyone has experienced fear in his or her life. There are many different types of fear. Whether we admit it to ourselves or not, we all have fears from time to time. In fact, we live with fear just like we live with feelings of love and happiness. Fear can motivate you to act upon, or it can stop you dead in your tracks. That's true no matter how big or brave we can be. Fear can even be good for you sometimes, or even help you stay healthy. As an example, I experienced fear at a bed and breakfast where I used to work my junior year of high school. So I worked at this bed and breakfast, and I'd go in at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I would wait on these people. And while I'd be waiting on these people, I would have to go upstairs and clean their beds off and clean their rooms. So I was basically the slave of this place. And the boss knew it, and I knew it too, and I didn't like it, but it was money, so I did it. And I worked with two ladies too, who were also slaves, and and I would go up to this room and we would clean everything. But one lady wasn't there one day, and when I was cleaning these bed sheets, we'd stick them into these pillowcases, and we would always have to take these pillowcases down to the basement and wash these things. But I was never allowed to go down to the basement, and I was like, all right, okay, whatever. But one day, one of the ladies didn't show up, and this other lady was cleaning the bathroom, and she was like, Kevin, can you bring these sheets down to the basement? And I was like, I thought I wasn't allowed to go down there. And so she's like, oh, you'll be fine. Just stick to the walls and you'll be fine. And I was like, what the heck does that mean? So I get this huge sack of dirty sheets and everything, and I'm going down these stairs, and then everybody's eating breakfast right here, and the basement thing's right here. So I open this door up, and I look down. It's just pitch black darkness, and I'm like, what the heck? So I turn on the light, and nothing happens, and I'm like, oh my God. And so, but the lady's like, you have to shut the door because we can't let people see what's in the basement. And I was like, okay. So I shut this door, and it's just pitch black. I can't see anything from I'm going like that, and I can't see my hands. So I'm inching down these stairs. I'm feeling along the walls, what she's saying. I'm like, oh my God. And I finally get down to the end of these stairs, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, where am I? But I can see these I can hear the laundry machines in the distance. So I'm trying to make my way to it. I'm going, and this is an old Civil War house, so it's these halls are little miniaturized. And I'm going through these halls, and I swear to God, I felt something. I was like, what the heck was that? And and I just freeze there, and I'm like, what is going on? And then I was like, maybe it's just the dark playing tricks on me. So I keep going, and then I swear to God, it's I hear something runs past my foot. I'm like, oh my God, something's down here with me. And I'm like, what the heck? So I'm fishing for my phone and everything, and I get my phone for some light, and I turn it on, and there's 30 cats in this hall. 30 cats. And I'm like, and then I look around, and I see this one cat's right by my head, and I was like, whoa. And I must have stepped on one because this thing attacks me. And then these hordes are coming at me, and they're all over me. So this cat's on my chest. I take it off and I throw it into a wall. And I'm taking this pillowcase, and I'm beating these cats. And I'm finally I'm beside myself down there. I'm down there, and I'm running into walls because I can't see anything. My phone is lost. And I finally make it back to the stairwell. and I'm running up these stairs, and I get to the door, and I rip it open, and these people are all eating breakfast, are like, and my shirt, like, I'm dressed in a white polo, I'm drenched in sweat, I have blood everywhere from all these cats attacking me, and I have fur all over me, and then my boss comes up to me and goes, "Oh my God, what did you do to my cats?" And I was like, what? But the point of that bizarre story was our senses pick up things that we are consciously aware of, and I kind of felt like I was going to have something bad happen to me, and I should not have ignored that, because that I probably would have been avoided a lot of cats down there. And but this hormonal reaction we get from responding to threat or crisis is what motivates us to be scared. This is the same fight or flight syndrome which guaranteed our survival in more primitive times. For example, we could either think about the situation or flee with no reason. At the moment we are threatened, we have increased strength, power, heightened senses, and intuition. This increased in mental and physical capacity is commonly referred as an adrenaline rush. And I was having one down there, and that's probably how I got out of there. And but I've always wondered why people seem to be preoccupied with scaring themselves and enjoying living in fear. In order to answer that question, let's first take a look at why people choose to scare themselves. Some people like scary movies, stories. Some people like amusement park thrill rides. Others like engaging themselves in challenges to their physical safety, like endurance tests and extreme sports. So challenges and thrill rides. But in other words, there's a ton of ways for a person to be scared. But there's a common thread in every one of these examples. The fear people choose to hold on to or even face is often bigger than their own problems or their own realities, and that's how we deal with it in our reality. When we get scared or experience fear, we are basically letting go of our control and why we're trying to keep ourselves under control. Fear is always lurking around you, and it can manifest itself in any situation if you allow it. Basically, you can get this feeling defending yourself in a fight or sitting in the theater watching a scary movie. We as humans appear to be hardwired for this feeling. Just about everybody likes to watch scary movies because it's an easy way to get scared. Even though some people don't care for them, the largest audience for frightening film tends to be older teens and people in their early 20s. I love watching scary movies because the plots are usually unpredictable, and most of the time when something you expect is going to happen, actually the opposite occurs in a bang. But scary movies, when I watch them, my problems and fears go away. Only for a moment, but it works. But if it comes to a point, if you do have fear all the time, you need to relax, because you could have a serious problem if you're living in fear all the time. Like, that could lead to other disorders, and you need to seek medical help. All right? Thanks.